Hello, Cherie Hansen here, continuing to read from The Art of Communication by Thich Nhat Hanh and sharing with you the things I'm learning as I go along. I humbly invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do that, you will receive notifications of new things that I'm reading and studying and just pursuing as a methodology for making life much easier, much less stress, and a calmer place to inhabit. Today, we are doing practices for compassionate communication. The first section of this is called the computer bell. Many times when we work with our computers, we are completely lost in our work and we forget to be in touch with ourselves. Or we may forget to pay attention to our conversations, getting carried away in juicy gossip, criticizing, complaining, and other unmindful speech. We can program a bell of mindfulness on our computers, and every quarter of an hour or as often as we like, the bell sounds, and we have a chance to stop and go back to ourselves. Breathing in and out 3 times is enough to release the tension in the body and smile, and then we can continue with our work. Drinking tea in mindfulness. Drinking tea is a wonderful way to set aside time to communicate with yourself. When I drink my tea, I just drink my tea. I don't have to think. I can stop all my thinking while I drink my tea. When I stop my thinking, I can focus my attention on the tea. There is only the tea. There is only me. Between me and the tea, there is a connection. I don't need a telephone to talk to the tea. In fact, because I'm not on the telephone, I can get more in touch with the tea. I just breathe in, and I am aware that my in-breath is there. I am aware that my body is there, and I'm aware that the tea is there. It's wonderful to make the time to just drink your tea. In Zen Buddhism, we don't normally use commandments as hard and fast rules, but drink your tea is like a Zen commandment to bring you back to your true home. Don't think. Be there. Body and mind united. Establish yourself in the here and the now. You are true. You are not a phantom. You are real, and you know what is going on. What is going on is that there is a cup of tea in your hands. Listening to your inner child. Every one of us has a wounded child within who needs our love and care. But we run away from our inner child because we are afraid of the suffering. In addition to listening to others with compassion, we must also listen to the wounded child inside us. That little child needs our attention. Take time to go back and tenderly embrace the wounded child within you. You can talk to the child with the language of love. Dear, dear one, in the past, I left you alone. I've gone away from you for so long. I'm sorry. Now I have come back to take care of you, to embrace you. I know you suffer so much, and I have neglected you, but now I've learned the way to take care of you. I am here now. If we have to, we can cry with that child. Whenever we sit, we can spend time sitting and breathing with that child. Breathing in. I go back to my wounded child. Breathing out, I take good care of my wounded child. When we go for a walk, we can take the hand of our little child. We should talk to our child several times a day for healing to take place. The little child has been left alone for a long time, so we need to begin this practice right away. Go back to your inner child every day and listen for 5 or 10 minutes, and healing will take place. Our wounded child is not only us. He or she may represent several generations of our ancestors. Our parents and ancestors may have suffered all their lives without knowing how to look after the wounded child in themselves, so they transmitted that child to us. So we're embracing the wounded child inside us. We're embracing all the wounded children of past generations. This practice doesn't just benefit us, it liberates numberless generations of ancestors and descendants. This practice can break the cycle. Writing a love letter. If you have difficulties with someone in your life, you might spend some time alone and write that person a real letter. You can write the letter to someone you see every day, or just as effectively to someone you haven't seen for years, or even to someone who is no longer living. It is never too late to bring peace and healing into a relationship. Even if we no longer see that person, we can reconcile inside ourselves and the relationship can heal. Give yourself a couple of hours to write a letter using loving speech. While you write the letter, practice looking deeply into the nature of your relationship. Why has communication been difficult? Why has happiness not been possible? Here is an example. My dear, I know you have suffered a lot over the past years, and I have not been able to help you. In fact, I have made the situation worse. It is not my intention to make you suffer. Maybe I'm not skillful enough. Maybe I tried to impose my ideas on you. In the past, I thought that you made me suffer. Now I realize that I have been responsible for my own suffering. I promise to do my best to refrain from saying things or doing things that make you suffer. Please tell me what it is in your heart. You need to help me. Otherwise, it is not possible for me to do it alone. I can't do it alone. You have nothing to risk by writing this letter. You can't even decide later whether to send it. But whether you send it or not, you will find that the person who finishes writing the letter is not the person who began it. Peace, understanding, and compassion have transformed you. And once again, I find that the way that he has of looking at the world is so powerful. First of all, to be in the present. Next of all, to come home to our bodies. And third, using some methodologies that he has discovered over decades of working through issues with various people who came to him in pain. And he has found a way to release the story, release the suffering, release the sense that it is as it is, and to become totally adult, to take charge and responsibility for what you are feeling and how you move in the world. I would like to mention that I do life coaching, and if you are interested, you can get a hold of me from my Facebook page or my YouTube page. What I bring to life coaching is the studies that I'm sharing with you now, also a clear channel, psychic ability, energy reading ability, and a great deal of lived wisdom. So I invite you to get a hold of me for a coaching session where we'll sit down and we will decide what you are intending to become and how you're going to move through the world. Thank you.